Like maybe Shri means the face, so it's like face like a baby.
Face like a devi. Okay. So Bhargab.
The Bhargab is my Gotra.
What is Gotra?
So Gotra in mythology, it was when a group of people they used to come and keep their cows in one place. From that, in one place of an ashram, and from that, I guess the Gotra one is related.
How many Gotras are there?
So I'm not aware of it.
Kaishab is also another.
Yes, yes.
Gargi also.
Yes.
So how many Gotras you don't know?
No, I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
Is there any connection between Gotra and caste?
Sir, I am not very sure about it, so I'm not commenting.
Okay. Where are you from?
Sir, I'm from Maharashtra, Svalari.
Okay. Kamrup rural.
Yes.
And you have done your studies from?
I have done my studies here in Maligaon and as well as from Delhi.
Okay. What did you study? Like you did your schooling from Maligaon?
Yes, sir.
Which college?
So Cambridge Public School. College is name, sir.
No.
You did HR, right?
Yes, sir.
In management.
Yes, sir.
Management.
Yes, sir.
Which year?
So 2017.
17.
Yes, sir.
So what is your job experience?
Sir, I didn't for any job. I did my MBA in correspondence course
From
Sikkim Manipal University.
Okay. Why correspondence?
Sir, because I thought of applying for a government job, and in the meanwhile, I applied for.
So you're preparing since 2017 for government
No,
jobs?
sir, no, sir. I wasn't preparing from that time. First, I was initially committed to MBA only, doing it as correspondence. But 2019, I started preparing dedicatedly for civil services.
So this was your first attempt?
Yes, sir, this is my first attempt.
Okay. And what was your optional?
So my option is yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Political science. Okay.
Political science.
Yes.
What way Kashmir is going to be benefited by lifting this 2x?
Sir, Kashmir was to some extent isolated because of this Article 370 and 35A. But after it has been abrogated, so I believe there is a lot of scope for economical growth. So also employment opportunities will increase. So thirdly, there is an socio-cultural linkages with the rest of India we can form. So I believe these are the advantages.
Any disadvantage?
So disadvantages are these issues has been raised in international platforms, even in Human Rights Commission and UN, that there has been some authoritarian rule in India. So I guess there is some damage. Few rogue states have tried to damage India's image internationally. So I believe that is one of the disadvantages.
Did you watch this movie Kashmiri Files?
Yes, sir, I recently watched it.
So what is your opinion on the narration?
Sir, the narration is fine. They have shown the other alternative also, why they feel alienated and how mispropagandas are being formed. And they have even shown that the Kashmiri people who are from minority, the majority community out there, they also feel blind eye. They are not very aware of what are the facts, so they are not real culprits of that issue. There are certain sections of people who are doing this.
Do you see any solution to solve the issue of POK area to bring back to India from India's perspective?
Yes, sir. Sir, firstly, we need to engage in bilateral talks, even back-channel diplomacy, unless and until the people from the border connect, we cannot enforce forcefully any scheme or any implementation. Sir, secondly, we can also increase the trade with our neighboring country like Pakistan. so that the development in that area also
But
benefits.
will increasing trade make Pakistan give us a piece of land?
So no, they will not give us the piece of land.
Tell me the specific solution.
Sir,
What is the current position as of now for the POK?
okay. Sir, it is under Pakistan illegally occupied.
Illegal.
Sir,
But the
India's
illegal
stand-
word is not used in POK. It's not PIOK.
Yes, sir.
Was it illegal? What was the industry?
So India stand on advertising and also UK even as State Officer as mentioned, it is they have mentioned illegal occupation.
Okay. So what is the solution?
So solution from
What was Shimla Agreement?
sir, Shimla Agreement was cessation of violence on both sides of the territory, and also sir, I'm not able to remember the other provisions.
Okay. So Afghanistan is called as heartland.
Yes.
Why? Heartland of what and why?
Sir, Afghanistan is called heartland of Asia.
Hmm.
Sir, because of its strategic location, it is the route to Central Asia and also to Western Eastern European countries. Sir, also Afghanistan has a very prominent role in ensuring economic and trade routes across Asia and Europe.
Do you think India's stand on Taliban
Yes, sir.
is valid and it's good for the future relation between India and Afghanistan?
Yes, sir.
What is India's stand?
Yes,
The recent Taliban crisis in Afghanistan.
yes, sir. So India stands on saying that any government that is formed in Afghanistan, it has to be inclusive of all the members and sections and stakeholders of the society.
Mm.
So in that sense, India
Sure.
pushes for a more democratic form of government. And recently, India is not. They are in talks with Taliban, which was not seen earlier.
Mm.
And regarding the issue, I guess Taliban and India can engage through better diplomatic channels, trade, economy, and unless and until they,
India should directly engage with the Taliban forces.
sir, even if we don't engage with them, the issue would not be solved. I guess India.
Is Taliban classified into other format also?
Sir,
I think there's a concept of good Taliban and bad
Yes,
Taliban.
yes, sir. That concept has been given by Pakistan,
Mm.
but India doesn't believe in Taliban and bad Taliban. India believes anything that is anything that has violence in it is bad Taliban.
Okay, and if one faction of Taliban is not involved in violence,
So India vouched for inclusivity and democratic form of government. So in that sense, unless the section of society, especially women in Afghanistan, are given equal footage, I don't think India will very prominently engage with Afghanistan.
can you tell us some basic problems of Assam?
So yes, sir. So firstly, there is this issue which is currently going on, flood. So secondly, there is issue of border dispute. So thirdly, there is illegal migration. And so fourthly, there is issue of unemployment and economic underdevelopment. So and fifth, there is also issue of connectivity, I think.
Put some recent examples of border dispute and what do you think are the solutions for it?
Yes, sir. So recent border dispute, we have seen there is discussion between Assam and Mizoram. And the dispute between Assam and Nagaland also there is issue between Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, and also Assam and Mizoram and Meghalaya. So the Meghalaya government has solved the border dispute on the policy of give and take. Almost 50% they have shared and they have resolved the dispute. So I guess similar can be engaged with other states also.
What is the solution for Assam, Mizoram?
So Assam, Mizoram, we can consider firstly, we can go for development huts in the border area. So also we need
What is the
to
concept of frontier development,
So
which is seen to be used in this type of border disputes?
So exactly, I'm not aware. I am aware of that, but I will not like to comment on that. I need to read more about it.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you understand by majoritarianism and democracy?
So, democracy actually is a rule of majority, because since we have this representative form of government where the majority elects the leader, but majority also has a majoritarianism also has a negative connotation, which also symbolizes with authoritarianism sometimes.
Do you find any sort of this sort of indication in the present government?
So there are different lines of thoughts regarding this, but overall we have been a successful democracy for 75 years, counting.
What's your hobby? Any
So I like watching short movies.
short movies? Can you mention any
Yes,
movies you have seen last
yes,
few days?
yes. So I watched Carbon. The actor was Nawazuddin Siddiqui. So in that movie, it is shown that how 2016 would look like, where we would have a face situation where we have to buy oxygen, and carbon would be so free. So I guess that was a environment awareness program concept. Also, I watched one regional movie called Die in Assamese, which means uncle, where they have shown that a middle-aged man, he has no job, he is not wanted by others, but still his life is also important in our society. It shows that it is like modern or fool. The song which is sang by Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, which means there is the modern or fool is not used even in cremation and also not in marriage ceremony, but it colors the sky red. That means every person has a specific and importance in the society, even if he doesn't have job or not working, or like he is not very influential.
Okay, the importance of person who is not employed, who is not productive,
Yes.
still he is.
So he is productive in his own way. It is shown like that.
So feature film or short film or the difference to be?
Sir, short film to duration to first duration to form where feature film.
But the specific duration is
Sir, within 30 minutes, maximum 30 to 40 minutes.
in different question.
Sir, it like the convention type was to exactly define for a nazar.
CPFC from both. There were key role. From film board. Our feature film.
So feature film duration to basically duration to more than 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours.
3 hours movie would give.
So more than 1 hour.
So feature.
Feature film.
Sure.
Yes.
Recently, Ohomoba Dufan movie
Yes, sir.
Kane shot telecasters. Right?
Yes.
So why is Kane so famous in terms of film production? Kane score as
France.
Why is it so famous?
So that I'm not.
That's a movie for a name to go by.
Sir, why? It was bumpy ride, bumper ride.
Mumbai, right?
Bumper rides.
Okay.
Bumper ride.
Who is the director?
So he is Bhargab.
Which part? So guessing.
So I know of Bhargab. He is titled as Bhargab, but I'm not sure about the
Director. It is Vishwajit Bora. And what is a Anson movie name to be?
movie, sir, sir, एक movie is the Bhargab, which are post production of the government of Assam.
And you can use.
আপনার ডাইরেক্টর জানেন বাংজান মুভি করার ডাইরেক্টর জানেন বহুতই আছে
অসমৰ film industry problems কি আছে
First problem to all promotion or issue আছে funding constraints or মানে promotion হয় না তাই তো promotion এর মধ্যে মুভি কো নসলে আৰু স্যার সেকেন্ডলি যুগৰ
রিসেন্ট এনেকুৱা মুভি নাম ক'ব পাৰিব নেকি য'ত ভাল প্ৰমোচনৰ কাৰণে এতিয়া ভাল এতিয়া স্ক্ৰীনত লাগি আছে
স্যার লোকেল উৎপাদ যোনবোৰ মুভি আছে সেইবোৰ promotion কৰিছে ভাল কৰিছে তো সেইখন মানে এতিয়া I guess successfully done হৈ আছে
Okay. Second problem.
Second problem, sir, issue হ'ল যদি contemporary times of audience বিচাৰে আমি সেইটো study কৰিব লাগিব study কৰি কিনে সেই হিচাপে মুভি বনালে I guess this is successful হম
Does film production can help tourism?
sir
Film production,
Yes, sir.
tourism or other relation আছে?
yes sir sir আছে যেনেকৈ suppose বাগজানৰ কথাটো কওঁ suppose বাগজান মুভিখন চালে তো এটা জায়গাটো ক'ত আছে এইটো চাব কাৰণে অলপ কিউৰিয়ছিটি হ'ব তো তেনেকুৱা বা আমি অসমত বহুত ভাল ভাল হিল স্পটছ বা হিল ষ্টেচন দেখালো ডিমা হাছাও দেখালো তো তেনেকুৱাকৈ আমি যদি প্ৰট্ৰে কৰিব পাৰোঁ তো নিশ্চয় হেল্প হ'ব
ঠিক আছে যোৱাকালি নগাঁৱত এটা ইনসিডেন্ট হৈ গৈছিলে Are you aware about that? What happened?
So there is some misunderstanding regarding one person who was drunkard, according to the police version. He just unfortunately died by taking him to the custody. And the other version is that the people out there, local people, they said that the person has been killed by the police.
But the version of some police is different.
Yes, sir.
So which you think is right? Why did it happen? What do you think about what should be the right way to approach to control a mob violence like that?
So, in order to control a mob violence, so there we can take some short-term measures and also long-term measures.
Is there any act for to control mob violence in India?
Yes, sir. There is one act to stop mob lynching. Exactly.
Is it passed in the parliament or is this in the form of a bill?
It is in the form of bill, I guess.
As you said,
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court doesn't make any bill.
Yes, sir. Supreme Court doesn't make any rule. But the Supreme Court has said about institutionalizing such an.
Okay. Tell me, you mentioned about Article 35A, right? So, can you tell me all the provisions of 35A, B, and C?
Sir, I'm not aware.
Are there any articles for this 35A, B, and C?
So 35A is the I'm sure. B and C I'm not sure.
Is there any article?
So I'm not sure.
এটা একটা অলপতে ইয়ে কৰিছে উইথড্ৰ কৰিছে which was for long time imposed here to withdraw this.
Ask for. Sir, ask for special powers.
Can you comment on that?
Yes, sir. Sir, looking at the scenario now, the peace has been formalized in many of the districts, and because of that, the ASPA has been taken away from 23 or 22 districts from Assam.
But you see that now the joining of youths in Alpha
Yes, sir.
is also coming up.
Yes, sir.
So is this the right time to withdraw ASPA from so many districts?
Sir, yes, sir. The decision has been taken regarding facts and papers. Sir, regarding joining of youth in Alpha, sir, we need to see that they have been recruited to social media. So the role of social media and cybercrime is more to do here, more than ASPA.
Good. Okay. So Debashree, your overall answers are very impressive. Okay. Sir, what would you go?
ঠিক আছে
You can stop the recording.